Hey everyone, welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're going to be exploring a really cool concept that's been generating a lot of buzz in audiology.
Oh, yeah.
A user-centric ecosystem for hearing aids powered by AI.
That's right.
Think hearing aids that can make adjustments in real time,
Wow.
seamlessly integrate with virtual assistants, and a powerful data management system to tie it all together.
Sounds pretty futuristic.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And to help us unpack all of this, we're diving into a fascinating article by Alfonso Canafal Martinez.
Okay.
It's called La Revolución en Audiología 2, Conectividad IA en Acción.
Interesting.
And let me tell you, this article paints a really vivid picture of what this future could look like.
I'm intrigued. What stood out to you the most about this article?
Well, one thing that really struck me was how it addresses the challenges that both audiology professionals and users face with traditional hearing aids.
I see, I see. So, how those traditional hearing aid fittings can be a bit of a back and forth process, with multiple visits just for fine tuning.
Right.
And then for the user, it's like navigating a maze, especially if issues come up between appointments.
Absolutely. It can be so frustrating for everyone involved.
Totally.
So how does this user-centric ecosystem actually tackle those challenges? What makes it different?
So imagine a system, right,
Mm.
where hearing aids can self-adjust
Right.
based on the user's environment, their preferences. And if they run into a problem, they have instant access to support through a virtual assistant, right away.
That's amazing.
It's all about creating a more dynamic and responsive experience.
I like that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's break down the elements of this ecosystem.
Sure.
The article starts with AI-powered hearing aids, which is like mind-blowing to me.
Oh,
The
yeah.
idea that hearing aids could learn and adapt in real time.
Yeah, think about it. AI algorithms analyzing sound data in real time
Right.
to optimize both clarity and comfort for the user. And they can even detect things like fluctuations in sound that might indicate distortion.
Yeah.
And the article describes a scenario where the system picks up on this and proactively prompts the user to troubleshoot.
It's like having an invisible audiologist constantly monitoring
Exactly.
and fine-tuning things in the background.
That's a great way to put it.
That's incredible. So that brings us to chatbot integration.
Okay.
How does that fit into this whole picture?
So the chatbot is basically a 24/7 virtual assistant, always ready to help. The article gives some great examples of how this works in practice.
Oh, I'd love to hear about those.
Like, let's say a user's having a problem with their hearing aid, like a muffled sound.
Okay.
Instead of waiting for an appointment, they can connect with the chatbot right then and there.
Interesting.
It's more than just answering basic FAQs,
Right.
It can guide users through troubleshooting steps, potentially even resolving issues remotely.
That's pretty amazing.
It is.
So what happens if the chatbot encounters a problem that it can't solve on its own?
Right, so that's where the CRM system comes in.
Okay.
This system acts as the central brain of the ecosystem, collecting data from both the hearing aids and the chatbot interactions.
So it's constantly gathering information
Yeah.
about how the hearing aids are performing and how the user's experiencing, the world around them.
That's right.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
But what happens with all that data? I mean, how does it benefit the user?
It's incredibly valuable. For audiologists, it's like having a direct window into the user's hearing experience,
That makes sense.
They can use this data to, generate these detailed reports,
Okay.
track progress,
Uh-huh.
identify potential problems before they become major issues,
Yeah.
and even, fine-tune those hearing aid settings remotely.
So real-time monitoring could actually revolutionize how hearing care is delivered,
Absolutely.
making it much more proactive.
I think so. The article highlights this one case where a user was experiencing sound distortion, and the system detected it through real-time monitoring and immediately alerted the audiologist.
Wow.
It turned out to be a firmware glitch, like a software issue within the hearing aid
Okay.
that was swiftly resolved remotely.
So instead of the user struggling with poor sound quality for days or weeks,
Exactly.
the problem was identified and fixed almost instantly.
Right away.
That's amazing. I bet that was reassuring for the user.
Oh, absolutely.
But it seems like this system goes beyond just troubleshooting.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
What other advantages does real-time monitoring offer?
Well, think about personalization.
Okay.
The system can use that real-time data to fine-tune settings based on the user's environment. their feedback, ensuring they have the best possible experience in various situations.
That's pretty remarkable.
It's like having a personal sound engineer constantly optimizing your audio.
I love that analogy.
Right.
So what about the impact on the overall quality control of hearing aids? How does that factor in?
That's another huge benefit. By, continuously analyzing data from all those connected hearing aids,
Right.
manufacturers can identify patterns and trends that might point to areas for improvement, in both the hardware and the software.
So it's like a continuous loop of improvement
Yeah,
driven by real-world data from the users.
exactly.
So it seems like this user-centric ecosystem really does create a more proactive
Uh-huh.
and personalized approach to hearing care,
I agree.
empowering both users and professionals.
It's a win-win.
It is. And what's fascinating is how all these elements, the AI-powered hearing aids,
Right.
the chatbot, the CRM system,
Yeah.
all work together seamlessly to create this user-centric experience.
It's pretty impressive how it all comes together.
It is.
Yep.
So how does this ecosystem actually translate into tangible benefits for the user? What does this actually look like for someone wearing these hearing aids?
Okay, so let's say someone is like having trouble with their hearing aid in a specific environment,
Okay.
feeling frustrated,
Uh-huh.
and they're not sure what's wrong, right?
That's a common experience.
In the past, they might have had to wait for an appointment
Yeah.
to address the issue.
And that waiting period can be filled with frustration and a feeling of helplessness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But with this ecosystem, they can immediately connect with the chatbot,
Right.
troubleshoot the problem, potentially even resolve it right then and there.
Wow.
And if the issue's more complex, the chatbot can seamlessly schedule an appointment with their audiologist.
So it's about giving users more control over their hearing experience
Absolutely.
and ensuring they have access to the support they need when they need it.
It's about empowering them.
That's amazing.
And this approach isn't just about convenience,
Right.
It's about empowering users to fully engage with the world around them without feeling limited by their hearing loss.
It's about removing those barriers,
Exactly.
opening up a world of possibilities.
Exactly.
I love that.
Hmm.
And, the article highlights another important aspect of this ecosystem, seamless communication.
Yeah, that constant flow of data between the user,
Right.
the audiologist, and the technology, it ensures that everyone's on the same page.
It's not just about the technology. It's
Mhm.
about building those connections
Yeah.
between users and their audiologists,
Yeah.
fostering a true partnership in their hearing journey.
That's a great way to put it. And this brings us to a critical point,
Okay.
the impact of this ecosystem on the audiology field as a whole.
You're right. We've talked about the benefits for individuals,
Yeah.
but what about the bigger picture? What are the implications for the entire field of audiology?
This is where things get really exciting. We're talking about a shift toward a more data-driven
Mm.
and proactive approach to hearing care. Imagine a world where audiologists can identify potential issues before they're even noticeable to the user.
So a more preventative approach,
Exactly.
addressing problems early on
Yeah,
before they really impact someone's life.
that's the goal.
That's incredible.
And this data-driven approach can lead to more effective and personalized treatment plans.
That makes sense.
Imagine having access to real-time data about how a user's hearing aids are performing in different environments,
Okay.
how they're adjusting settings, how they're responding to various sounds.
Wow.
That level of insight can help audiologists make incredibly precise adjustments and recommendations.
So we're moving away from a one-size-fits-all approach
Right.
toward a more tailored, individualized experience.
Exactly.
And I imagine this data-driven approach could also lead to advancements in the hearing aid technology itself.
Absolutely.
By analyzing data from thousands of users,
Yeah.
manufacturers can identify areas for improvement, refine algorithms, develop new features.
That meet the needs of diverse users.
It's a continuous cycle of innovation,
Yes.
with data from real users driving those improvements in technology.
Driving better outcomes for everyone.
It sounds like we're on the cusp of a paradigm shift in audiology,
Yeah.
with data playing a central role in driving innovation, improving care,
Mm.
and empowering both users and professionals.
I think so too.
It's an exciting time to be in this field.
Yeah.
But with all this talk about data and technology,
Yeah.
it's important to remember that the human element remains at the heart of hearing care, right?
Absolutely. Technology is a tool, not a replacement for human touch.
Right.
The audiologist's expertise, empathy, guidance are still paramount.
Absolutely. So it's about finding the right balance,
Yes.
harnessing the power of AI and data while preserving those essential elements of human connection.
And personalized care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that raises a question that we'll delve into in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay.
How do audiology professionals actually navigate this rapidly evolving landscape
Hmm.
and embrace these innovations responsibly? What steps can they take to ensure that this technology is used ethically and effectively to benefit both their practice and their patients?
That's a big question.
It is. But for now, we'd love to hear your thoughts. What are your initial reactions to this concept of a user-centric, AI-powered ecosystem for hearing care? What excites you about the possibilities? What concerns do you have?
Share your thoughts and insights on our social media platforms, and we'll continue this conversation in the next part of our deep dive.
We'll see you next time.
Welcome back to our deep dive, into this AI-powered audiology ecosystem.
That's exciting stuff.
It is. And before we move on,
Okay.
I want to circle back to the impact of real-time monitoring
Hmm.
on quality control.
We were just talking about how it can catch those individual glitches,
Right,
but
exactly.
it seems like it's more than that, right?
Yeah, it's not just about those individual glitches.
Right.
It's about gathering insights that can actually improve future hearing aids.
That makes sense. So instead of relying just on user feedback,
Yeah,
which can be, subjective, sometimes delayed,
right.
manufacturers can actually tap into this constant stream of data
Exactly.
about how hearing aids are performing in the real world.
That's the idea. The article gives this really fascinating example.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
Okay, so let's say the system detects that a lot of users, a significant number,
Yeah.
are struggling to hear clearly in noisy restaurants.
That's a common problem.
It is, and that data, could alert manufacturers to a potential flaw, right? Like in the noise cancellation algorithms,
Uh-huh.
or maybe a need for more powerful processing capabilities.
So instead of waiting for complaints to come in,
Exactly.
they can proactively address these issues
Yeah.
and make improvements based on how people are actually using the devices.
Real world usage patterns.
That's powerful. But all this data collection,
Mm-hmm.
it makes you think about,
Yeah.
user privacy,
Huh.
data security.
Those are big questions.
They are. I mean, we're talking about a system that's constantly gathering information
Yeah.
about people's hearing,
Right.
their environment,
Uh-huh.
potentially even their conversations.
Sensitive information.
It is.
Yeah.
So how does the article address those issues?
Well, the article really stresses the need for, robust security measures
Okay.
and really clear data privacy policies.
Mm-hmm.
Users need to be fully informed about what data is being collected,
Right.
how it's being used,
Yeah.
who has access to it,
Makes sense.
Transparency and trust are super important.
It's about making sure that users have control over their own data,
Absolutely.
that their privacy is protected every step of the way.
That's right. But I know what you mean, even with those safeguards in place.
Yeah,
The amount of data being collected can feel kind of overwhelming.
it can. So
Mhm.
how do audiologists actually make sense of all of it?
Hmm.
How do they take those mountains of data and turn them into,
Yeah,
you know, actionable insights?
Well, that's where data visualization and analytics tools come in.
Okay.
The article really emphasizes the importance of developing user-friendly dashboards,
Okay.
and reporting systems
hmm
that allow audiologists to quickly see trends,
Yeah.
identify those potential issues, track patient progress.
So it's about presenting that data in a way that's clear,
Right.
concise, easy to understand.
Exactly. Instead of, drowning in spreadsheets
Yeah.
and raw data,
Exactly.
audiologists can have these summaries,
Okay.
that highlight the most relevant information.
It's like having a personalized data analyst
Yes.
right there at your fingertips,
That's a great way to put it.
sifting through all that data and presenting it in a way that's actionable.
And that frees up audiologists to, focus on what they do best,
Yeah.
providing that personalized care
Right.
and guidance to their patients.
So it's really transforming the role of the audiologist in a way,
I think so.
freeing them up from those time-consuming data analysis tasks,
Yeah,
allowing them to focus on building those relationships with their patients.
absolutely. It's about empowering audiologists to provide more proactive,
Uh-huh.
data-driven, personalized care.
Which ultimately leads to better outcomes for everyone.
Exactly. A win-win for everyone.
It is. But I can't help but wonder about the practical implications of all of this.
Okay.
What does it actually look like to integrate this AI-powered ecosystem into a real-world audiology practice?
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good question.
How do audiologists actually, adapt their workflow, their mindset
Right.
to make the most of these tools?
The article offers some valuable insights on that.
Oh, good.
It emphasizes a phased approach,
Okay.
starting small,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
gradually integrating these AI-powered tools into their existing workflows.
So it's not about, throwing out the old playbook overnight.
No, not at all.
It's about finding ways to enhance what they're already doing
Exactly.
with the power of AI.
That's a good way to put it.
And the articles could just, maybe audiologists could start by identifying specific tasks
Yeah.
or processes that could benefit from automation, right?
Mm.
Or data-driven insights.
Yeah, so maybe using AI-powered tools to analyze hearing test results.
Okay.
Or generate those personalized reports. Or even, streamline appointment scheduling.
So it's finding those areas where AI can really make a difference
Right.
in efficiency and effectiveness
Yeah.
without disrupting, the core principles of patient-centered care.
Exactly.
And then, as audiologists get more comfortable with these tools,
Right.
they can gradually expand their usage,
Mm-hmm.
explore more advanced applications like real-time monitoring,
Yeah.
chatbot integration.
Remote adjustments.
It's a journey,
It
a
is.
process of continuous learning and adaptation.
You got it. I like that.
And the article emphasizes the importance of, ongoing education,
What do you think?
professional development.
Yeah.
Audiologists need to stay up to date
Uh-huh.
on the latest advancements in this technology.
So embracing that mindset of lifelong learning,
Absolutely.
attending conferences,
Yeah.
taking online courses,
Review articles.
engaging in, peer-to-peer knowledge sharing.
Those are all great ideas.
Yeah, and collaboration is key too.
Audiologists should be looking to partner with tech companies,
Mm-hmm.
research institutions,
Yeah.
other healthcare providers to really drive innovation in this field.
It's about breaking down those silos
Yeah,
and fostering a culture of shared learning and discovery.
exactly. Now, as we're kind of embracing all of these innovations,
Yeah.
it's important to think about the human element too.
Uh-huh.
How do we prepare patients for this shift toward AI-powered audiology?
Right, because a lot of patients might be unfamiliar with this technology. They may have questions, concerns.
They might be anxious about it.
Yeah, so how do audiologists address those anxieties
Right.
and make sure that patients feel comfortable and confident using these new tools?
It's a valid concern.
It is, and the article highlights the importance of clear communication,
Yeah.
patient education.
Makes sense.
Audiologists need to take the time to explain these technologies in a way that's easy to understand. Addressing any fears or misconceptions.
Being transparent. Yeah. Emphasizing the benefits.
Uh-huh.
Addressing any potential risks
Yeah,
in a way that's straightforward and reassuring.
that's right.
And emphasizing that, AI is not meant to replace that human connection
No,
between the audiologist and the patient.
it's a tool
To enhance the patient
to
experience.
provide more personalized care
More effective care.
and to empower patients to take a more active role in their own hearing journey.
You got it.
So it sounds like the key is really striking that balance
Yeah.
between, using the power of technology
Right.
and preserving those essential elements of compassionate, patient-centered care.
Absolutely.
Now, all of this is really interesting.
Yeah.
But I think we need to bring it back to the user experience.
Okay.
How does this AI-powered ecosystem actually change the day-to-day lives of people with hearing loss?
Yeah.
What are those tangible benefits that they can expect?
Right. Let's talk about what it actually looks and feels like for someone wearing these hearing aids.
Exactly. Okay, so imagine you're in a noisy environment.
Okay.
You're struggling to hear.
Huh.
In the past, you might have had to manually adjust your hearing aid settings.
Yeah.
Or just, deal with the discomfort and frustration.
And that can be a real barrier,
It is.
to social interaction.
Yeah.
Quality of life in general.
It can make it really hard to participate.
Absolutely.
But with an AI-powered hearing aid, the device can actually analyze that soundscape
Okay.
and automatically adjust the settings to optimize for clarity and comfort.
So instead of fumbling with buttons
Exactly.
or just putting up with poor sound quality,
Yeah.
you can just relax and enjoy the conversation, the activity.
Without being hindered by your hearing loss.
It just fades into the background.
Here's the goal.
And think about how convenient it would be to have a virtual assistant
Oh, yeah.
always available to answer questions, provide support,
Right.
guide you through troubleshooting.
Especially helpful for people who are, new to hearing aids.
Yeah.
Or maybe not as tech savvy.
It's about empowering users to feel more confident,
Yeah,
independent in managing their own hearing health.
you got it.
And the article highlights some really powerful examples
It does.
of how this technology can really transform lives.
Yeah, it does.
I'd love to hear about some of those real-world applications.
Okay, so one example that really stuck with me was a user who loved going to concerts,
Okay.
but, found that their traditional hearing aids couldn't quite keep up with
Yeah,
the dynamic range of live music.
I can imagine.
But the AI-powered hearing aids were able to automatically adjust the settings
Wow.
to reduce that background noise,
Okay.
enhance the clarity of the music, and it really provided a much more enjoyable listening experience.
So instead of being overwhelmed by all that sound,
Yeah.
they could actually immerse themselves in the music.
Enjoy the concert.
That's amazing.
It is. And there's another example of a user who traveled a lot for work, and they were constantly struggling to adjust to different acoustic environments.
Yeah, I can see that being a challenge.
It is. But the AI-powered hearing aids, they were able to learn the user's preferences and adapt to those new environments,
Seamlessly.
ensuring optimal hearing, wherever they went.
It's like having a personalized sound engineer
Yeah,
constantly traveling with you,
that's a great way to put it.
fine-tuning your audio experience to match every situation.
I like that.
These are just a couple of examples of how AI is transforming the lives of people with hearing loss.
And there are many more.
It's truly inspiring to see how technology can break down those barriers,
Yeah,
empower people to live fuller, more engaged lives.
that's what it's all about.
And as we continue to explore these possibilities,
Uh-huh.
it's crucial to keep that human impact at the forefront, right?
Absolutely.
It's not just about cool gadgets.
No.
It's about improving lives.
Making the world a more inclusive place
Exactly.
for everyone.
So that brings us to an important question that we'll explore in the final part of our deep dive.
Okay.
What does the future hold for AI-powered audiology?
That's the big question.
What are some of those emerging trends and possibilities that audiologists should be aware of?
Yeah, as they navigate this rapidly evolving landscape.
That's what we'll be tackling in part 3. But for now, we'd love to hear your thoughts. What are your hopes and concerns about the future of AI in audiology?
Share your insights on our social media platforms, and we'll be back soon to explore those emerging trends and possibilities.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We've been on quite a journey, haven't we?
We have, really exploring this world of AI-powered audiology,
Getting into the
the
technology,
ethical consideration.
the impact on audiologists and patients. It's been fascinating.
It really has. But now it's time to, look ahead, right?
Right. What does the future hold for this technology? How can audiologists prepare for what's coming?
Big questions. The article actually points to a few really exciting areas.
I'm all ears. What kind of trends or advancements should audiologists be paying attention to?
Well, one thing is the development of, even more sophisticated AI algorithms, ones that can analyze not just sound data, but also other physiological signals too.
So we're talking about hearing aids that can gather information
Yeah,
beyond just the soundscape,
exactly.
potentially tapping into things like heart rate, brainwave activity.
Movement patterns.
Wow. That's a whole other level.
It is. This could open up so many possibilities for personalized hearing care.
I can imagine. Give me an example.
Okay, so imagine a hearing aid that can, sense signs of fatigue
Okay.
or cognitive overload,
Well,
and then it adjusts the
I
settings
produce listening effort.
to improve comprehension.
It's like the hearing aid is responding not just to the environment,
Yeah.
but also to the user's internal state,
Exactly.
their physical and cognitive well-being.
It's a whole new way of thinking about hearing aids, and this integration could go even further. Think about connecting to other wearable devices,
Sure.
health monitoring systems.
So you're talking about a future where hearing aids aren't just about hearing,
Right.
but they're part of this network of devices and services.
That support overall health and wellness.
That's amazing. Any other exciting areas of innovation we should be watching?
Oh, definitely. The integration of augmented reality and virtual reality into audiology.
Okay, now that sounds really futuristic.
Huh.
How would AR and VR even fit into this?
So imagine using virtual reality, right,
Okay.
to simulate all these different listening environments.
Hmm.
So patients could experience those benefits of the AI-powered hearing aids,
Okay.
but in a safe and controlled setting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or you could use augmented reality to
Or
provide real-time guidance
uh-huh.
during like hearing aid fittings or adjustments.
So AR and VR could be used for patient education,
Yeah,
assessment, rehabilitation.
absolutely. It could make the whole process way more engaging and effective.
And I imagine teleaudiology is going to continue to evolve as well.
Oh, absolutely. It's already become so important,
Right.
And AI-powered tools, they can really enhance those teleaudiology platforms,
Oh, right.
enabling more accurate assessments remotely,
Mm-hmm.
personalized adjustments
Seamless communication.
between the audiologist and the patient.
So it feels like we're really on the edge of this, like, transformative era in audiology,
It does, doesn't it?
with AI driving innovation and improving access to care.
It's exciting.
It is.
Yeah,
But it also raises a really important question.
yeah.
How do audiologists prepare for this AI-powered future?
Hmm.
What steps can they take now to make sure they're ready to embrace these changes?
Well, the article gives some great advice for audiologists navigating all of
I was
this.
glad to hear it. What does it say?
Well, first and foremost, it really emphasizes the importance of continuous education,
Oh,
professional development.
makes sense. Audiologists need to stay informed about the latest advancements.
Exactly.
So it's all about embracing that mindset of lifelong learning, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Seeking out those opportunities to learn and grow, to stay ahead of the curve.
And it's not just about the technology itself, is it?
No, it's also about the ethical considerations,
Uh-huh.
the data privacy issues.
The evolving needs of patients.
Yeah,
It's a lot to keep up with.
it is. So it's
Yeah.
really a multifaceted approach,
Absolutely.
requiring both, like the technical expertise and that commitment to ethical, patient-centered care.
You got it. And the article also encourages audiologists to, collaborate,
Okay.
both within the profession,
Yeah.
but also with other stakeholders in the healthcare ecosystem.
So we're talking about partnering with tech companies,
Uh-huh.
research institutions,
But
other healthcare providers to share knowledge, drive innovation.
create a more integrated, patient-centric approach to care.
It's about breaking down those silos and working together.
Exactly. And finally, the article emphasizes the importance of, like, staying agile, adaptable, because this world of AI is constantly evolving.
It is. Audiologists need to be prepared to embrace those changes,
Right.
experiment with new tools, new approaches
And continually refine their practice.
to meet the evolving needs of their patients.
So it's all about being open to those new possibilities.
Yeah.
Willing to learn, to adapt,
And embracing that transformative power of AI.
to improve lives, and really enhance the field of audiology.
Well said. And as we wrap up our deep dive,
Yeah.
I think it's important to say again
Okay.
that AI is not a replacement for the human element in audiology.
Right. It's a tool
It is.
to enhance our practice,
To improve efficiency.
provide patients with more personalized care.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, it's the audiologist's expertise, their empathy.
Their commitment to patient well-being.
That's what's going to shape the future of this field.
Couldn't agree more.
It's not just about technology, it's about people. And as we move forward with all of these incredible innovations, we need to keep that focus on the human impact, ensuring that AI-powered audiology really does serve the greater good.
I think that's a perfect way to end our deep dive.
It really has been a fascinating conversation. A huge thank you to our expert for sharing your incredible insights and expertise. And to all of our listeners, we encourage you to check out that source article by Alfonso Catafal Martinez. You can find the link in our show notes.
Then be sure to share your thoughts.
Keep the conversation going on social media. We'll see you next time for another deep dive into the world of audiology.